Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing the end of the year 2025 tarot tag. If you're interested in doing this, I have the prompts listed in the description. Anyway, welcome to my channel. If I didn't say that, if you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here and I hope you will subscribe and join me. And if you are already a subscriber, I'm glad you're back. The first prompt that we're going to be doing is a deck that I have used most this year, or the deck that you've used most this year. And I feel like the deck that I have used most this year is Tarot Ecological. It is the 78 Tarot Ecological. It's written by Trish Sullivan and illustrated by 78 different tarot artists. Well, I mean, it's pretty big. It gives you a lot of information and it gives you colored pictures. And it's there. And some of them come with PDF files. So this is the Healing, Tarot of the Healing Earth. So with the ecosystem, which I'm all about. All the artists did sign inside the box, which is pretty cool. Nice sturdy box. It has a absolutely beautiful color gilding on it, and the back of it looks like that. The cards are bigger than the standard. So here we have the Protector of Water. I'm just going to show you a few. This is the World card, which is gorgeous as well. The Protector of Air. And it's absolutely, that is a lot of these cards are very powerful. We have the Eight of Earth here. I just love these cards. We have the Guru. So we also have some, there's some extra cards in here, like some oracle cards or extra cards, or however you want to say it. We have the Explorer. We have the Meditation card, which is also an extra. Now, I've seen this in a deck before, and I can't remember which one, but it has the artist's name on there as well. Our Ten of Earth. Gorgeous. Probably one of my favorite Three of Cups here. You could read it by the guidebook, or you could read it intuitively. It is just gorgeous. The Seven of Wands, or Seven of Energy. I'm going to go through them pretty quick so I can get done. The Four of Energy, or the Four of Wands. It looks like we've got the four trees in the background. She's got on the head, the flower headpiece for celebration. The Activist of Water. The Ten of Water. How stinking cute. We've got a family of butterflies. We have, I think those are otters. I just love this deck. We have the Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords. You see the hands coming down, and we have the glass over this flower here. Five of Earth, or Five of Pentacles. Most of them are rider weight based, and I do believe you could read it pretty easily. But, you know, there is a guidebook if you need it, or if you want to read it. I usually like to look over the guidebook or read the entire guidebook if it's not just like a plain RWS guidebook. And this one is not. So I like to read the whole guidebook and then read intuitively. Moving over pretty quickly. It looks like maybe some sort of a firestorm. The Five of Air, a lot of chaos going on there. Idealist of Earth, gorgeous. We have the Two of Earth, which would be our Pentacles. Like I said, it's RWS looking. The Three of Earth. That is just cute. And then we have 3 orbs here. The Moon. And I have definitely seen this art before. This is one of my favorite 3 of Swords or 3 of Air. Isn't that gorgeous? But you can tell it's different artists. But still, they just go together amazing. They read amazing. And I also recognize this artwork. I cannot remember the name of the deck that I have seen this artwork on. But this is the Strength card. Isn't that beautiful? Our 7 of Earth or 7 of Pentacles going on there. The 6 of Water. She's giving back. She's cleaning up, which is, you know, what the deck's about. We have Father Time here. The Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. Disease. Awakening. So, this is the deck that I have probably used most this year. I like to switch them around a lot, but I find myself going after this one, and I have a pretty big collection, but I find myself going after this one. And I've ordered from them several times, but I'm just... These are beautiful cards. So that's an extra card. Y'all see I can read them good here. Because I'm looking at a big picture. I'm looking at a zoomed in picture. But they're too little. Maybe they're good for somebody with good eyes. I don't have good eyesight, so I'm struggling with them. I don't know. I'm not sure. But like I say, they're cool cards. They're pretty cards. They're cute. They're just... Now, if all the pictures were just like that big in there. But, you know. This was the reason I bought the deck. I love this card. This 9 of Swords. Oh, my God. That is such a very powerful card. Oh, this is a powerful one, too. I love this one, too. The Queen of Swords. That is my significator card. The King of Swords. The 6 of Wands. Absolutely gorgeous. I could just kick my butt for not getting the bigger ones while they were on sale. The 9 of Wands. I don't know how I feel about that one, but like most of them are cute. Page of Wands. The 9 of Wands. That looks like a 9 of Wands. Ace of Cups. For the most part, I just love them. Look at that 4 of Cups. Like, they're just really, really cute. The 9 of Cups. See, some of them are cute, and some of them aren't. Like, these are really, really cute. King of Cups. And the backs are nice. But this is the Forager's Daughter. It's on Etsy. And this is usually not my style. It's got gold gilding on it. But when I saw, and it's got the antique looking sides. They're supposed to look like that. But I fell in love with this deck. I did. It's got extra cards too, but it's different. And after I got it and read with it, I think it reads... It just reads really good. The Page of Swords. And it came with a PDF. I got the PDF instead of the guidebook. The Magician. Gives you the number at the top and the name of it at the bottom. Our Ace of Pentacles. Justice. Look at that Justice card. It's almost like the little tail of the karma. Like the snake's going after the toad. The wolf's going after the snake. Then we have those mushrooms in the back. And the water. And it's just this... Just cause and effect in the cycle of life. And yeah, cause and effect and justice. 7 of Pentacles. I'm going to go through quicker. The Ace of Cups. Like, I don't know. I just think it's just, I love wildlife and nature and the outdoorsy stuff. But this would usually not be the type of deck that I would buy. Look at the turtles. Oh my God. The 9 of Cups. Like, and the sun shining. I'm trying to keep the glare. It's hard not to get glare. The Ace of Wands. And it also tells in the guidebook about the plants. And it tells about the whole picture. We have the 7 of Swords here with the raccoon, which I think the raccoon was used in that 78 animal deck that I got from the 78 tarot that I just showed you. Strength. The woodpecker. You know, I read it takes a lot of strength to make those holes in the, to pick those holes in the tree there. And you have to be very resilient as well. Ingenuity. This is an extra card. The Judgment card. As you can see, it kind of like self-reflection there. 3 of Pentacles. I love the concept of the worker ants working there together. The 4 of Wands. They're celebrating there. Maybe the celebrating coming out of the cocoon. The Chariot. That is the, you see the V formation here. And going. Our Queen of Cups. Look at her. Our King of Swords is an owl, and you see all the crystals here. The moon in the background. 10 of Pentacles. And I love the fact here that it's like a mom and a cub, because that can be just your little family. And in a lot of cases, you know, it is. The 6 of Pentacles. The 5 of Wands. I don't know whether they're rutting. I can't remember. But anyway, there's some chaos going on there. Chaos, conflict, competition. Temperance. And the 6 of Cups. How stinking cute. Like I say, the art on this deck. I usually don't vibe with, I don't know why I have so many animal decks now. I usually don't vibe with animal decks or a lot of, because I love nature, but I usually like people in my decks. And for my favorite deck pairing, I have La Tarot Arthurian, which is King Arthur. But for the pairing of this, the Oracle of Echoes, I will tell you this. This is, wait a minute, this is the back of the cards, and this is the gilding. Also, the pairing of this is, if you have the Oracle of Echoes, this pairs really well with that. Anyway, so this is my favorite pairing. So this is the La Tarot Arthurian, which is the King Arthur deck by Claire Duval. And the book comes in French. And the cards are in French, but you can tell what they are. And I did go through Google Translate, and I went through the book and highlighted what I wanted to, what I thought was important for me to know. So here we have the 9 of, this would be the 9 of Swords. And we have Inner Child and Trapped, which reads amazing together. And this is the Oracle of Echoes. So we have the High Priestess here. And I can't remember if that's Lady of the... I think that's Lady of the Lake is the High Priestess. So we have Depression, and then we have Spirit Heals. So, again, reads amazing together. And they go together beautifully. So, and we have the Eight of Wands, the Moon, and Balance. I just think they go great together. And this would be the Ancestors, which goes great with the Ten of Pentacles because, you know, it's legacy passed down from generation to generation, even ancestral generational curses, and the good inheritance stuff. And then we have Death and Rebirth here. Person is coming out of the cocoon. And we have the Two of Wands, or the Two of Batons there, looking at the map. And over here we have Listen. I mean, working on your maps because there's some deceit going on. And I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you one more deck that I think pairs well with this. So we've got the Lovers, and then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and God Speaks, which they all look beautiful together. Okay, this one pairs well with it too. This is Star Dragons Oracle, and I think I edged the sides of those. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords here, so the sword and the stone. You see the crown is lying there beside the stone. And over here we have Surrender, letting go of the darkness. And over here we have Freedom, breaking the chains. So they read exceptionally well together. And here we have Temperance, the mixing of the fire and water. We have Knowledge, and then we have Vision, contemplating the future. I just think I looked at several dragon decks to go with this before I settled on this one. And this one was more, to me, more of a serious dragon deck. I didn't want a fuzzy-wuzzy dragon deck to go with my King Arthur deck. Here we have the Fool here, just being very childlike here with Rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. So it doesn't matter how old you are. And then we have Transcendence, achieving success, which is very cool. Okay, so that is the Marilyn the Magician as the Fool. This is Inner Child, Lightness, Freedom, Wisdom, Naive, Spontaneous, rediscovering your inner child at any age. That is what I had, a few of the words I had translated. So anyway, we'll move to the next prompt. Oh, I will also show you, I got this little deck too. I got this little Avalon Magic. And it's got different pictures. So like at the end of a reading or whatever, or whichever picture you were drawn to, I would just look at them after a reading. And like, for instance, the unicorn here with the Fool, and then it gives you a little message on the back. I love these. Make peace with the wildness within you. and all Mother Earth's creations. So, like, I think this is great after reading for just, if you're reading for someone else or reading for yourself, just to let them pick what they're drawn to. I got those flipped over. But, if you're into King Arthur and Avalon and Morgan Le Fay and the Lady of the Lake. So, we can do another one. Like, they go perfect. The King and the Queens match. All of them do. So, I think this is just, if I can get them on there right. How freaking cool is that? Like, I love that. So, anyway, for the Four of Swords. And if you were given just doing a card pull for the day and you're just looking through about which card do you want to pull. I don't know. Like these cards, the backs of them, I just love this Avalon. I just love it. I don't know which one I want to pull. Let's pull this dude here with this Four of Swords. So we're just gonna flip it over. Your life lessons will be repeated until they are learnt. Guidance is on the way. So he's taking a rest. He's taking a rest from the fight, from the battle. He needs the rest. He needs the respite. So, and this is a life lesson. This is one of the lives that he is in right now. And, or if you don't believe in that, it's just it could just be a life lesson. It's however you believe. But until you actually learn the lesson, I don't know if you're like me. Sometimes I have to go through it 2 or 3 times. Like, after you've been burnt several times, yeah, you learn that lesson. Don't touch the damn stovetop again. So, anyway, this is about life lessons being learned, but taking the time to rest from it and self-reflect and just rest from it. Divination accessories. Now, I've got a lot, so I had to narrow it down to a few. Is runes. It's the divination accessories. Throw it in with a tarot reading. Like, I'll shake the bag up. I'm just pulling out for the collective and see what we have here. So, we have this one right here. I'm not really great with the pronunciations on these, but that is A-L-G-I-Z. But anyway, this is protection. This is a shield. This is to ward off evil. Now, I have seen some people use them to, they'll take a Sharpie or something and draw it on them. Usually on their wrist for protection, to use it for something like that. If you're into spells and magic and things like that. Or cognitive behavior therapy cards. And I don't have the box, I threw it away. But it's like be, act, think, and I find that these work really well. We have think, and we have be, and I think there's an act. Yeah. So looks like it's different things. These go with tarot. You can use them for advice cards, or you can use them on their own, or you can do a card pull a day. And it just B, it just gives you a basic meditation. This is mostly for PTSD or anxiety. I had PTSD, so I do use these. So if you want to screenshot that, I incorporate these into my tarot readings sometimes. And this is Think, Training Your Morning Thoughts. And then Act, Technology Tune-Up. Like, pay attention today to how often you're glued to the screen when you don't have to be. And it just goes on. You can screenshot it. But anyway, that was one of the things that I wanted to show you that I think is a great little tool. I think it is an amazing little tool. I use it for divination. It's magical and psychological. The thing that I use for divination is these mediumship cards by John Holland. I like to use these. Really, I usually pull out one a week, and I will sit it on my altar, and I'll read it. And like, we'll, for instance, pull this one. This is Divine Nudges, and we see that we have like an angel wing or a spirit guide wing or ancestor wing or whatever. And then, you know, you can read the back of it, Divine Nudges, and it talks about synchronicities, coincidences, spirit, and it really helps you with developing your mediumship training in your psyche. So, I'll show you that again. It's called mediumship training deck. I put them in this bag, but these have been the best thing ever. They're soul cards. This is Soul Cards 1. There's 2 decks. I also have the Soul Cards 2 deck, but I just brought the 1. And the backs of them look like that. And even if you're reading with a friend or a client or for yourself, like, just choose one card, or you can look at them and just pick out of the deck, whatever. So I chose this one, and it's so amazing to me how different people see different things. I had it upside down, but it could go either way, I guess. So, like, wow, right? Put in the comments what you see. Don't read anybody else's comments until you put it in the comment once. I just want you to intuitively read it on your own. I think it's pretty cool. So we have this one. Like, wow, oh my god, I love these cards. Like, this is probably one of my favorite decks ever. Number 3. Holy shit, look at this one. And it's just like, it don't have words, so you just read it however you want to read it, however you feel. And I think it's look at that. Sorry for the glare. I just think it's amazing to me. I just want to show you all of them. Anyway, these are metaphorical cards, and like, I'm not gonna get them all out because there is, like, look how many's in there. But like, it's different cards to sit with or to read intuitively. Like, it's just really cool. Everybody's looking at their phones here. Nobody's really spending any family time together. That's however you want to read it. Here we have some passion and ecstasy going on right there. The complete opposite right here is like, I don't know. Letting clients pick these out. Here's like, what are you doing with your time? Where do you want to be? That's where I got these. The card just fell out. So they come from Ukraine. So I've bought from that shop twice, and the cards are freaking amazing, and you get so many cards. They're called metaphorical cards, and there's so many different ones to pick from. This is just the pack that I picked from. Look at that. Look at that. Like, that just screams like a lonely or inner child lonely or inner child abandonment, or however you may see it totally different, and there's no wrong answer. Look at that. Trapped in what people expect you to be, trapped in a facade, trapped in fakeness, or just trapped and can't get away, period. Because, you know, that's a thing too. Oh my God, and I love this. All those keys and unlocking the our thoughts, deep thinking, the brain, the intellect. What are you really thinking? What's really going on up there? Anyway, there's a lot of them. Wow. So, these are definitely a tool. And also something else that I have that I think is freaking amazing, another divinatory tool. Or I think it's a divinatory because now this is, it comes with the book. And the different colors are different things. Like 10 is make art anywhere. 63 is soothing. Let me come out so you can see. This color is the color walk, photography and digital art. This is a collage. Now that's my thing. That's what I like to do. This is to increase self-reflection. This one was to get to know your desires and set intentions. It just gives you different prompts. Oh, and I didn't show you the back. Okay, so this one was to explore who you are, doing a collage. Do a commitment of 45 minutes with this. And then it gives you everything. It gives you the materials that you need. And you can always, you know, if you don't have it, you can always improvise. And it gives you instructions, and then it gives you explorative questions. Which word or image stands out to you? Are you able to lead with this strength in your day-to-day? Like, these are freaking amazing. I did get them off Amazon. I really don't like hyping up the millionaires because I like to support small businesses when I can, but to explore yourself and your relationships. And on the back, it talks about what you need, instructions. Are you happy with your bubble and what's inside and outside? Are there changes you would like to make? Is there a small action you can take today to tinge your bubble? So this is just like drawing. So in the orange, they're all different short stories. Write about your perfect day, the authentic me, inner child in charge. Like, I just think these are great. I haven't done anything with fabric. I've done a lot of the drawing and a lot of the collages and a lot of painting. And anyway, again, it is called the Guided Art Therapy card deck with 75 activities. And also, another that I have is just this, and you can just use a notebook. I used a notebook for a while, and I think I got this. I can't remember where I got it, but I got it really cheap. It's just a 1-card journal. And in it, well, but it gives you a journal, and then you put down the date and the card type and major, minor. What feelings come up when I pulled this card? What elements of the card's meaning resonate with me on this prompt? What deck did I use? What artwork spoke to me? My prompt, response, and reflections. And then here, this is just some open-ended questions where you just write your reflections at the end of it. Okay, and the next prompt was great card backs. So, the Dreamin' Way Tarot. I don't have the box, but I have the guidebook. I saw the backs of these cards on somebody doing a YouTube video, and I basically bought the cards. I know it's crazy, because of these freaking bags. I don't know why, but I'm very attracted to these bags. They're different, but I also like the cards. They're very Rider-Waite. Let me zoom out a little bit. They're very Rider-Waite based. The King of Wands. The Nine of Wands. I like the way they dress a little crazy. With the pointy shoes and the like ballooned clothes, and I think that's pretty cool too. So I like reading with this deck as well. The Page of Pentacles. Look at the points on those shoes. That would drive me crazy. Look at that scarf. Just, yeah. But anyway, the prompt was the bags. The bags made me buy it. So the next prompt was the deck with a theme that you like. And since it's winter season, and so I got Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot. So anyway, I love the vibe of this deck. It is very very pagan. Of course it's witchy, but I just love that it's all winter and snowy and dark, and this is my favorite theme deck ever. So I love the theme of winter. The Winter Emperor. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, by far my favorite theme deck. Well, this is one of my favorite decks, period. I just fell in love with it while I've been using it. The Nine of Winter Swords. Look at that. The Six of Winter Pentacles. You know, she's given into the community pot, or given into the ritual that they're doing, however you want to read it. The Six of Winter Swords. The guidebook is also amazing. Seven of Winter Cups. Ooh. Artisan of Winter Swords. That would be our queen. This is the guidebook, and the guidebook is really cool. It talks about the card. It gives a divinatory meaning, and then there was something cool. You get some bonus material here. Anyway, I picked two that I absolutely love. This one's out of print. You may be able to get a copy of it on eBay or Etsy. This is the backs. The cards are silver gilded. This is 8 of Water. It's got the number and then the element down there, so you know what it is. Isn't it beautiful? It's just, God, it's so stunning. It is a tarot deck. Like, that is the Five of Wands there with all that conflict going on. Just beautiful. That's our Fool there. It's the Queen of Cups. Yeah, we're 10 of Water, 10 of Cups. And we're 8 of Swords. And this deck is so special to me. The 4 of Wands. Done it, like, I don't know. This is a spiritual deck for me. 7 of Pentacles. Oh my God, it's beautiful. 6 of Cups. Nostalgia, reminiscing. The 5 of Earth. It's the two people, you know, going through a hard time, struggling. This is the struggle card. It's just Temperance. This is so beautiful, so beautiful. The 8 of Wands. Wasn't really a lot of movement going on there, but anyway, I just want to show you how beautiful these cards are. I love. I do have the book. This Might Hurt Tarot. I think this went mass market. I have the indie deck, which cards have summed up my year as a whole. Well, this has been a very extremely hard for me. So the first card that I'm gonna put is the 10 of Wands, because I feel like this year for me, I have had a lot of responsibility that I have had to take. There's no putting it down. When people depend on you, I've had a lot of responsibility, and I'm not going to call it, I'm really not going to call it a burden. I'm going to call it a responsibility. And it's been heavy. It's been a hard year. And also, this card also has been a big part of my year. Had a lot of grief this year. Had a lot of pretty hard things happen. A lot of sickness, a lot of grief. And like I said, you can grieve for the living. It's not just for the loss. Sometimes it may even be harder to grieve for the living when somebody that you care about and love so much is not doing well at all. And also this card, the Hermit, I feel like I've kind of enclosed myself in. I haven't really done a whole lot this year. I've kind of kept to myself. Things over just the way that the world is now and the way that things are, and with people's morals, and like I've lost a lot of family and friends that I had, and I've kind of kept to myself and kind of been alone. But I will say that the journey alone, I have learned a lot on this journey. Do I wish it had happened? No. I do not, but I have learned quite a bit about myself and how to bounce back, and I realized how resilient I am, and that I'm freaking tough. I am. And then what I want to bring into the new year coming, what energy do I want to bring in? I want to bring in this card here. I want to bring in the Six of Swords. Like, I want to leave a lot of, not any of my family or anybody that I love, but a lot of the negative energy that I've put up with that I should not have put up with. I want to leave a lot of negative shit behind. I just want to get in my boat and go, and I want to go to smoother waters, better waters, and a better financial position, a better mental clarity, just a better off all together. And I'm going to cover this up because she's kind of naked here. I want to bring this energy. I want to bring this energy into the new year. I don't think you can see that on account of the light. Which is the Star. To me, the Star is about healing. I've had a lot of health problems this year myself, and I want to bring healing in. I want to find my North Star and follow it in my little boat, and I want to bring in good health and healing, physically, emotionally, spiritually, the whole shebang. And that is the cards. Cards that I've lived through this year, still living through this year, and this is what I want to manifest into the new year. And I will be moving on to my next prompt. And I pulled these two cards from a different deck because I also want to manifest the Nine of Winter Pentacles coming into the new year. I want to manifest having enough, having plenty, being content, and having a stable home where I am very content and I have joy. And also the 10 of Winter Pentacles, which would be nice to have a tradition and money, of course, and not to be worried about financial issues. So that was the end of that prompt. I did want to add these two. Okay. All right. And the next prompt is my tarot practice reflect. And I have three. This is the one I do in the morning. I use the Light Seers deck, and I use the Light Seers book that I have been. It's a huge book, a hardback book, and I have been studying it, and it gives a lot of information. It also gives you spreads. You can do a deep dive. Let's see, there they are. So yeah, so I'll either do a spread out of here, or I'll just pull a card for the day. It's just full of information because, and then I will look at the card, like if let's pull one right now and we'll look it up and see. Let me move this. On the energy for this one, and we will look at it. And this is my tarot practice in the morning. So like, what do I need to know? So we have the 8 of Swords. So with the 8 of Swords, I'm reading it intuitively, and I know it's pretty spot on right now. I feel like I am, and some of you guys may too. This is general reading. I feel like that I can't move. I'm in a situation where I'm kind of bound. But that is in my reflection. That is what I see, and that is not the reality. I just have to work on figuring out what to do. So let's look at the book, 8 of Swords. And it talks about like feeling stuck, a time to open your eyes, to unveil the truth, having more options than you thought, an opportunity to let go of an old story. And then it goes into a swords story, and it just, we could be here all day. It tells a lot about that. And then I get the message from the 8 of Swords to kind of, it's a Light Seers to kind of help. You also get the Shadow if you want to do the Shadow one, but I use a different deck at night, which I'll show. But I'm free to choose my healing and light. And then you get questions for the seer, journal prompts. In which area of your life do you feel impossibly bound? Then before I go to bed, I use the Sublime Threshold Tarot, which it comes with a handy dandy, very nice companion guide. And before I go to bed, now, like, what do I need to reflect on? So these cards are my favorite. Just love these. And that one kind of rolled out, so maybe someone needs to hear this or see this. But this would be my nighttime reflection. And we have Temperance, and then we have Allegory, and then it has another word in another language. But so I need to find balance. I know that. Maybe I'll prop the card up beside my nightstand. Committing to the healthier choice, finding balance and harmony, calm and patient, balancing emotions, which I have complex PTSD and anxiety, and it's really hard for me to sleep at night. So that would be a great message for me to pull before I go to bed, to be calm and patient. It talks about being tolerant, learned lessons. And then the archetype is restraint and self-control, mastering your emotions and self-discipline, honor, harmony, walking in the middle path. And then it tells about the artwork, which I'm not going to read, but the artwork is amazing. And then you get the whole divination. So much information that I can self-reflect. So that is the deck that I like to use at night for right now. I use this deck. Let me come back out. Into the Lonely Wood. I love this. This speaks to me. I love this deck. And it comes with a little book also. But I bought the big journal. And the back of the cards are gorgeous. And I did edge them. I keep these on my altar because I do this. And I'll pull the card. Let's see. I got this card. And it says, the beneath opens up to you. So I will go in the little book. The beneath opens up to you. Your heart did not close, even though you were no longer in the small and safe spaces of the surface world. Into the great depths you plunged. Your soul a tattered, your heart in pieces, your hands closed and tight. And now look at you. You have found your way in the endless breath. Your hands have a gentle touch, and you draw to the shyest of creatures who know you are above all, an ally, kin, a friend to their rare nature. You have found a home amongst all the other misfits the world gave birth to, and you are creating your own destiny, which is clearer, brighter, deeper, and more filled with joy and blessings than you could ever have imagined. Dive deep down into the hidden places, bright soul, and ready your heart for waves of joy. And this is the book. I'll take just an entire blank page and write about how that card makes me feel. And it comes with a little, it comes with a lot of pictures. I think you saw. It has a lot of the pictures from the cards. And I will journal. I'll put the date and I'll journal about the card. And you have like a little affirmation or something at the bottom. Sink into the unknown and know it is safe for you to be within this watery place of emotional mystery. And how crazy that I pulled that card because wow. It's talking about the beneath opens up to you. It's talking about sinking into the unknown and know it is safe for you to be within this watery place of emotional mystery. Now, see how great that just goes together? And it's like that every time. So, that is part of my tarot practice that I enjoy. The deck, Into the Lonely Woods. Blessings and messages for times of solitude and isolation. And I will tell you the deck that I want for the new year, which I haven't got yet. I've been released, but I haven't purchased it yet, is Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh by Anne Tourian. Anne Tourian, Tourian. And I hope you have a lovely evening, and peace out to my friends.